So it was about a year ago when God really came into my life. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was raised Catholic my whole life. I went to Mass every Sunday, and it would be more of a job to me than a relationship.
I guess I'm what you call a cradle Catholic. I went to church every Sunday with my family, and I went through the motions of church.
I would go and I wouldn't find satisfaction. It would be a burden to me, like, oh, I have to spend this 1 hour of my week with the Lord.
I even remember bribing my dad one time to get me to not have to go to faith formation.
And to be honest, I was just caught up in the world. I would try to please others. I would try to please my friends, my teammates, girls. I didn't find satisfaction in God.
I also felt even farther from God and started, I made decisions that, brought me farther away, and, hung out with people that brought me farther away. I got really caught up in the world and in high school.
Before I really knew God, before He came and found me, I was so hungry to understand Him, to know Him, just to know Him and know that He's there.
When I was far away from God, it felt very empty. I was lacking something, but I couldn't really figure out what it was that I needed. And so I really just kept trying to fill that need with things that wouldn't fill it. Like guys, like friends, like seeking people's approval. Food, just anything that would give you instant gratification.
Like, it was sad. I knew I was lost. I was angry, I was sad, and I was greedy, I was jealous, but I knew it wasn't like I didn't crave God. I craved Him. I craved that understanding. I craved Him. I wanted to be with Him. If you've ever had that feeling like you come home, you're with all your family, and you feel like someone's missing in the family, or something's missing in your life, you're missing a homework assignment, you forgot to do something that day, that's how it felt every day.
My dad forced my sister and I to go on a mission trip. The summer after my freshman year of high school, showering with a hose outside and working hot days in the summer heat. It was one of the best weeks of my life because, that was the closest I had ever felt to God up until, in that point in my life. And I'd really been thirsting for that closeness to Christ, but I'd never really gotten it. I didn't realize how empty I was feeling until I was on the mission trip, and I felt the contrast, and I really felt what I was missing. That's why it was so hard coming home, usually.
The first time I realized God loved me was probably last year. We went to adoration. I think it was in the winter. And I was there. I'd been going through a lot. I needed to go to confession. So I went, because at adoration they offered confession at the beginning, and I went and I told them everything, all the lustful things I did, all the greed, jealousy, lying. And it was just like a whole weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I come back to adoration, and Anthony's there singing. The host is right there, right in front of me, and it was just like I saw God right there, and I knew He loved me. It was just that weight off my shoulders showed me that no matter what I do, He will always be there. He's never gonna leave me hanging. He's always there. He's always there to go right back to. And I just knew that's unconditional love.
It was an adoration one night on my second mission trip that I kind of just sat there and I asked God, and I was like, God, how can I stay close to you? How can I keep this relationship with you even when I'm at home and not on the mission trip? And I sat there and I listened some more, and God told me that I had to make some decisions to change my life. I had to change my life.
Knowing that God loved me, that feeling, it just felt, it was like, what else do I need in the world? If I please God, that's all I need. It was just this uncontrollable joy. Like, I just wanted to shout it out to the world that God loves me and He loves every one of us. That He just, no matter what you do, He's always there, and there's nothing better than that. And if you please Him, that's all that matters.
I guess the greatest time you can feel God's love is when you're not really reciprocating it, and then you come back to Him and He forgives you. And it's just like, there's no condition for His forgiveness, for His love. He's just gonna unconditionally love you no matter what you do. It's really important for people to have some kind of support system and some kind of, like youth group or youth leader, just some way of being involved and having a group of people that believe in you and really share your faith. And that's what youth group is for me. It's definitely a support system.
I've never been so impacted by a group of people. They are the reason I'm here today. They are the reason every day I wake up I want to please God now. I've never had a family like a second family like that I can just tell anything to.